Come with us where the corn is popped and the throwback Thursdays never stop. It's a magical land not far away. All you have to do is just press play.
So
hop on the couch and close your eyes. Gonna party like it's 99. Join us, watch the movies of our lives with Blockbuster eyes.
Who are you people?
Oh no, that'd be sad.
It'd be really sad.
Well, anyway.
Welcome to Blockbuster Wives, where your two favorite 90s babies talk about movies from the era of a certain blue and yellow video rental store. I'm your host with the most late fees, Shea Baby.
And this is Stacy, not always kind, but always rewinds. And you're listening to
Blockbuster Wives.
We are back with Brent Bember.
Woo, 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 woo.
All things my husband Brent, ex-producer, current baddie. We know him. We love him.
We all know him. We all love him. If you don't love him, it's just because you don't know him. Them's the rules.
Them's the breaks, kid.
He's the coolest. I love him. And actually, I met him before Stacy did.
Yes, this is such a fun fact.
I met him in math class my junior year. He was a senior. And we used to freestyle in class together. And it was really fun.
Pretty amazing. They're both great freestylers.
Thank you. I'm not anymore, but I used to be because I practiced all the time.
It does take practice, and it's so hard.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Every time
hard.
I try, I'm like, it's a train wreck, and I hate every second of it.
It truly is really the thing. The secret, I think, is obviously practicing all the time. But if you're not a practicing freestyler, I mean, what are you doing with your life? Fucking loser. No, but if you're not a practicing freestyler, the best advice I can give is just be relaxed.
Yeah, just relax.
Like truly.
Fucking calm down. Just don't worry about it.
No, but honestly, if you allow your mind to relax and don't put so much pressure on yourself, that's when I've like come up with the funniest and like most clever shit.
You
honestly.
do have to go into a flow state.
Yeah, you're really in like the zone.
Mm-hmm.
You're like tunnel visioned, and then you're like 8 Mile, and all of a sudden you're wearing a tank top with mom's spaghetti. It's a whole thing.
And Brent's pretty great at it, and he'll incorporate current events
Dude.
in a very fun way.
Dude, okay, the last time I heard him freestyle, it's been a long time. But the last time was at shouts out to Eduardo in London, but it was Eduardo's birthday? Probably. At his parents' house, and all of a sudden, and I like walk into the kitchen to get a drink, and like everyone is surrounding the island, and he's like in their freestyle battling this other guy. He was fucking wiping the floor with him, whoever he was.
Really bad.
Saws, and literally everything he said was like so brilliant, and I knew it was coming from the top of the dome, and I was like, "This is so fire." Brent is so fucking cool.
It's incredible, and
he's a great musician. Great producer, great singer. He does it all. He does it all. He is. Which leads us into today's movie.
Yes, as we announced last ep, we're doing That Thing You Do, which is one of the great classic music movies.
Yeah, which is I've never seen it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, we'll get to the stats, and I'll just say you're not the only one.
Okay, let's fucking. Oh yeah,
it didn't do great at the box office.
Oh damn. Okay, let's fucking roll.
Okay. So, corporate bullshit. Corporate bullshit. Some bullshit. This movie came out October 4th in 1996, so we were quite young.
Yep.
Little 5-year-old babies.
So cute.
It is directed, written by, and starring Tom Hanks.
Bam, bam, bam.
I had seen this movie before, but I did not know that Tom Hanks directed it and wrote it. Neither did Brent when I told him that today. I was like, did you know that Tom Hanks directed it? And he's like, no, I never even realized that.
And he was in it.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Tom Hanks only has directed 2 movies. This movie, and the other one is... Where did I write this down? It was some movie I'd never heard of. What the heck?
Yeah, I was going to say...
Larry Crown?
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Which came out in 2011, and I never heard of it, so I looked it up, and I guess it's just a story about a guy who loses his job because he doesn't have a college degree. So he goes back to college later in life, and it's following his journey. And I guess it's like somehow autobiographical of Tom Hanks' journey in college.
Oh.
That's the only other one he's directed.
Wow. And so both of them were written by him as well.
I couldn't figure out if Larry Crown was... I think it was like... He had a large part in it. I don't know if he was the only writer. Okay. But That Thing You Do, like, he wrote the entire thing.
Wow.
Which is very cool.
It's so cool.
In October 4th, 1996 puts this after Forrest Gump and Toy Story,
Right.
but right before Saving Private Ryan and You've Got Mail.
Yeah, I read somewhere that he was sick of all the press and like talking about himself in Forrest Gump, which is why he wrote this movie, because he was like, I just want to write a story about someone else.
Yeah, and I think he must be into the music industry, which is interesting because I don't think, at least to my knowledge, I don't think he ever really tried to do any musical numbers himself.
I don't think so.
But I did think it was interesting that just a couple years ago he did the movie Elvis, where he plays another music manager.
Yeah.
Way more sinister.
Oh my God.
Not a good portrayal of a music manager.
That movie was it was based on Elvis's real manager, who was a piece of fucking shit.
Sucked.
Yo.
But in this movie he plays like a good manager. Like
I didn't even think
really
about
solid.
I did not think about the connection, but that's so.
Like, oh, this is interesting.
And around the same time period too.
Yes, exactly.
And in a fair. Whoa.
Oh.
Because Elvis was like doing tours around like
You're
fairs.
Right, you're right.
So weird, dude.
So fascinating.
Interesting.
So I think Tom Hanks must just like the music industry.
Yeah.
It's also starring, my handwriting is so bad, Tom Everett Scott,
Yep.
who was in La La Land and American Werewolf in Rome. So hot.
He's so hot.
And people were saying he looked like a mini Tom Hanks. And Tom Hanks almost didn't cast him for that reason, because he's like, people are going to think that I'm only casting this guy because he looks exactly like me.
And I wrote it and directed it. And
Exactly. He's like, people are going to think I'm obsessed with myself. But then his wife was like, you need to do it. He had the best audition. Like, come on. So he ended up casting him.
And thank God, because he's cute.
Really cute.
Yeah.
And then you got Liv Tyler, who Lord of the Rings, Arwen Batty.
Gorgina.
Then you have Jonathan Shake, who I think plays Jimmy.
Yeah.
Who is so hot.
Dude, his pouty lips. Again, 90s pouty lips. Bring them back.
Sassy. Now we like swapped and all the ladies have pouty lips, which is
hot.
fine.
Like
but can we get back to the male pouty
I know, I like
lips?
it's the Brink effect.
The Brink villain effect. Absolutely. We need more of it. Please and thank you. Get your
How many more
plumping
times
gloss,
do we have to
men.
ask?
I won't do it again.
Me neither.
He was briefly married to Christina Applegate, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, wow. Also a baddie.
We have Steve Zahn, who is honestly like in so many movies.
Dude. Well, and we just covered him in Matthew McConaughey in what movie was that again?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, right? No.
The one, Sahara.
Sahara.
Yeah, he played like a very similar character.
Yes, he's always playing a little goofball. He was also with Tom Hanks in You've Got Mail.
Oh my God.
He is one of the shopkeeper dudes.
Yes. Wow.
Great.
They have a good connect.
I clicked on his Wikipedia page and I was like, he's truly so many movies.
Yeah.
Prolific.
Yeah. He's awesome.
And then you got Ethan Embry, who I forget who he plays, but he's in there. And Charlize Theron plays a small role.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, she plays his girlfriend.
Yeah, she plays the main drummer guy. Guy is his
Guy.
name.
Yeah.
She plays his girlfriend. And yeah, you can tell right away she's not long for this world. But apparently when Tom Hanks saw her audition, he was like, she's going to be a superstar.
Wow. Well.
And I just learned something about Charlize Theron that I did not know.
What?
Listening to a podcast about the movie Monster.
Mm-hmm.
She really pushed for that movie to be made. It's about a female serial killer.
A real Eileen Wuornos.
Yes. And I guess that she was with her mom when her dad tried to kill them both. And her mom killed her dad in self-defense. All right in front of her.
Oh my God.
Isn't that so wild?
Wow.
So she has a passion for like, domestic violence issues and abused women. And
self-defense.
So she wanted to show Eileen Wuornos in like a more positive light and try to kind of explain, not excuse, but explain why someone would do something like that.
That is so amazing.
Yeah, she was like 14. Like a really
formative
tender age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had never known any of that.
No, I never knew that. She's Australian,
cow.
right?
South African?
South African, yeah.
She's
No,
South African. Yeah, just wow. And I feel like she does bring such a gravitas to her roles, and she's really, really great.
We need to cover Monster because I haven't watched it since we started the podcast because I was like, I know we're going to cover it.
Oh, we will.
So I can't wait. And I think Christina Ricci is in it and plays her lover.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to see it.
Yeah,
that's
so
amazing.
Just wanted to throw that very devastating but interesting fact out.
Horrible, but I mean, she's amazing.
And I think
she's really great in
informed
this.
her art. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's got a depth to her, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, she sure does.
The movie is 108 minutes long, so a little long.
A little bit longer than
Coming
we'd
up
like.
on 2 hours.
Yeah.
The budget was $26 million, so not a ton.
Yeah.
However, it only boxed $34 million. So it was considered a flop.
Yeah. A little
Or
bit
not
of a
flop, but
profit.
like a disappointment.
Right.
And they were especially confused because it was nominated for a Academy Award and a Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song.
Wow.
And the song was everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I think I do remember hearing it when I was a kid and being like, this song is great.
I weirdly don't remember hearing it, which is crazy because it's such a banger.
It really is. But it was nominated for those awards, and I looked up what it lost out to. And in both awards, it lost out to the same song, which was called You Must Love Me from the movie Evita, which was sung by Madonna. Never seen the movie.
No.
I listened to the song. It's an Andrew Lloyd Webber song, so it's like very
Catsy.
so not exactly my cup of tea, but Lana Del Rey did a cover for a Andrew Lloyd Webber compilation album, and it's pretty good.
I bet. Anything she sings, I'm like, golden.
And speaking of Lana Del Rey, I was like, she's doing Liv Tyler face,
Yes.
essentially. Like Liv Tyler in this movie is Lana Del Rey now.
And I do need to say all of this, like, it's also Priscilla.
Yes.
So it's like Priscilla came first, then Liv Tyler, then Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, it's incredible that they like even look really alike.
Yeah. It's interesting. All three of them. It's wild.
Okay, on Rotten Tomatoes, 93 critic score. Super high.
Wow.
I do think some of that, I'll be honest, was informed by everyone loving Tom Hanks and wanting to be in his good graces.
1 bajillion%.
But it is a great movie. And the audience score is 78%, so actually quite a bit lower, but still overall way higher than your one.
That's kind of why I think the critic score is a little bit skewed.
A little inflated, shall we say.
Just a bit.
Because I feel like we watch other movies of this caliber and they're like 60%. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're like, like 74. Like, I feel like that's the average. Yeah.
It's like, come on. Okay.
Yeah.
Ebert gave it 3 stars.
Okay.
He said, the movie may be inconsequential, but in some ways, that's a strength. Without having a lot of deep meanings, it remembers with great warmth a time and place.
Okay.
And I'm like, I agree with that.
That's fair.
And then his review is basically just him recapping the movie. So
Okay.
That's kind of all he says.
Well, that's valid. What he said was, you know, sometimes we're not huge haters of Ebert.
Yeah, sometimes he's fine.
He's okay.
However, if you join our Patreon at the $20 level, you will get a great piece of merch. Please join. We'd love to have you.
Please.
We have bonus content on there. Good shit. We need to finish Laguna Beach.
Yeah, we do.
It's going to be great.
So that's us pointing to ourselves so that we do.
Holding us
Doink,
accountable.
doink, doink. Exactly.
Fun fact, the bassist from Fountains of Wayne wrote the song.
I did know that, actually.
So cool.
So fucking sick. Dude, Fountains of Wayne, if you guys don't know, there is a song that they have called Stacy's Mom, which rang throughout our ears and through the halls in middle school.
Imagine being 12 to 13 years old and there's a song talking about how hot your mom is.
Yeah.
Just imagine that.
At every
If
school
you will.
dance, she was in the middle. Every goddamn
Just being
one.
like, this is my life.
At least you're known for something cool. Your mom being hot. That's a cool fact.
It's just not at that age.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not fun.
You're right.
It's
But you know what?
awkward
Stacy
age.
was a good sport about it. She was never like, shut up, you guys. She was always like, okay, like,
It's better if you don't fight.
No, exactly. Don't fight it. No, she was really cool.
Don't struggle.
And people were like very, I don't know.
Anthony went to middle school with us when that
Yeah.
song came out. Did you think of me?
I don't think I really knew anybody in middle school. I don't
But she was like the only Stacy in school.
As far as I know.
And you had to know her because she was very popular.
Apparently
regardless-
not. He had no idea.
Look-
who I was.
Regardless of what she's
I'm a fringe case. I can't
you
count
asked-
into that.
anyone else, Stacy likes to deny it. Okay.
All right. Well, we have a survey sample.
Okay, again, he's a fringe example. Love you, Anthony. She was really popular. Everybody loved her. Okay, anyways.
Any hoozle. The other fun fact I was going to share is that although the actors did not actually play the tracks, they did learn how to play the song so that when they were filming, it looked realistic.
Like it looked like they actually could play.
Right.
I love when people play like the flute, for example, in movies, and they're totally like holding it like this,
You're right. And you're like, what the fuck?
or they're like it's just bad. You just know. You can tell.
Yeah, so
It's
they
actually
put in some work.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't write down a synopsis, but I'll try to wing one. Basically, some friends from a small town get together to record a song that the lead singer wrote, and they catapult to fame and glory, which causes a lot of problems for the friendship and romances within the band.
You nailed it. Good job, my wife.
That's about it. And I asked Brent why he chose this movie, and he said that it's because it was the first portrayal for him of the music industry, of the behind the scenes, and he thought it was so interesting.
And I wonder if it was like one of his favorites, even like as a child, you know?
Yeah. Yes. He liked it when he was a kid.
Cool.
And he loves the song. And the song is good because they play the song like constantly, and you don't get sick of it.
You really, yeah. It rings throughout the entire movie from top to bottom, and you don't get sick of it because it's just so good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Should we try to sing it with the closed mouth thing like we did for your one?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know all the words, but I'll wing it. Ready?
Do you want me to start?
Yep.
Okay. You
do that thing you do.
break our heart into just like you always do. How do we do, people?
Oh, wait. Okay. I'm going to look at you when you do it.
Okay. Are we still
Can
going?
you see my mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to see what you look like when you do it. I can't see.
Where am I starting off? Where was I?
You know what? I'll just watch it later. I'm complicating everything.
Yes,
My
I'm sure
mind
it's great.
Okay, perfect. You nailed it, my queen.
Thank you. Anyways, where were we?
The very beginning.
The very beginning. A great place to start. Yes, that's why he wanted to do it.
Yes.
The song's great. That's why I was saying the song's great. It never gets on your nerves. It's fantastic.
And the song is called That Thing You Do, by the way.
Yeah, and the main singer guy named Jimmy, he wrote it, but he wrote it as a ballad. So he wanted it to be really slow. But then they asked their homie Guy to be the drummer. And for some reason, Guy ends up being the star of the movie, which I do think is an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Because he's a latecomer to the band, and he didn't write the song, and he's kind of just like a go-along to get along kind of guy. But yeah, he's like driving the decisions behind the band.
Well, I'll say it makes sense that it's kind of starring him because he's the one that like heard this vision of, saw the vision of it being faster in the moment, and that's what catapulted them to being popular. Yeah,
but he even talks about like how he just kind of started playing fast because he was nervous, and then he's like, "This sounds better anyway."
Oh, I thought he said in the movie like, "Yeah, the rhythm came to me, so I just went along with it."
But he also says he was just nervous because he wasn't used to playing in front of people, so he was playing faster. So yeah, it's an interesting choice to make it from his perspective. Brent thinks that it's a very inaccurate portrayal of a drummer because he says drummers are crazy and that they tend to be the wildest ones in the band. As a drummer, what do you think about that?
I feel like I don't know. I mean, I think given like history, drummers are usually a little bit more crazy. Not in this case, baby. And Anthony also plays drums really, really fucking well, and don't let him tell you any different.
You know, I'm the craziest guy you know.
You should see him right now.
Real party animal.
He's going off the rails.
Sacrificing a chicken, actually.
Rock on, boys and girls.
Also, he plays like the traditional way, which is crazy.
Yeah, because he's a jazz drummer is the plot. Like, he's just this jazz drummer who gets thrown into this rock and roll lifestyle.
Yeah, and that's how I first learned drums, actually.
Oh, nice.
But I hated it. I was like, this is hard. I don't like it. I look like a fucking loser. And so I just switched. Yeah, I was like, I want to be like Travis Barker. I do not want to do this. So, but shouts out to anyone that does play like that. It's very cool.
It is pretty cool. But yeah, so what was I saying? About the drummer.
He was saying that it's like usually drummers are crazy.
Oh yeah, he's like, I'm not sure I'd buy him being so calm, cool, collected, and logical, which I thought was funny.
That is funny.
And he did think that the movie portrayed Jimmy a little dirty because Jimmy is the singer and he has more of the artistic drive, and he really feels strongly about the musical choices in a way that the other band members like do not. All the other ones are just like, whatever.
Yeah. And if you think about like the band had only been formed, like they said, for like a couple months. So, like, it kind of makes sense. Like, Jimmy was probably the one, running the shit. He's the one that wrote the song. He's the one that was like, we're playing it like a ballad. I see this vision. And then this new guy comes in and he's just like, I'm changing it up just for fun. And then all of a sudden they start getting popular. Like, yeah, that would be rough.
Yeah, and there's a scene where Jimmy wants to play more of the songs he wrote, and Tom Hanks is like, sorry, you have to do what I say because you signed the contract. And it's like, oh, that does suck.
This is why Stacy's always like, read the fine
Read the contracts, people.
Read the contract.
And he has this perspective of like, never trust the labels. And it's interesting because in the movie when he says that, the other guys kind of like scoff. And
well, it's because he said that the girl, that performer girl that was like sitting on his lap, she's the one that said it to him.
Yeah, so the girlfriend's like mad that she said it. But I got the sense that the other guys were just like, oh, stop complaining. Because then immediately after, Lenny's like, oh, they put us up in this nice hotel. What monsters? And you can tell that he's like, well, that's not my point.
Yeah.
But they're just like having a great time. So they're like, who cares?
Like, stop being a bummer, baby.
Exactly. Like, live it up.
Well, that's because they all care about like what's happening right now. They're like, look, we're getting big based off this song. Let's just go with the flow. And Jimmy is like, okay, I actually care about the fucking music and I want all my shit to be played. And like, I care about this aspect of it. And Liv Tyler, her character, Faye, she keeps sticking up for him, which is really sweet. She's like, he's just a genius. And like, he really cares about the music, you guys. So she's always sticking up for him. So sweet.
Yeah, there was an interesting line in that scene too, though, where the drummer guy, the main guy, says like, well, if he's a genius, then I'm a Tano or something.
I know.
And I was like, who is that?
Yeah, and then he's like, never mind, because the guy he says it to doesn't get it either.
Yeah,
and I still don't
like,
understand.
I don't get it either.
Yeah,
so.
Tom Hanks, explain yourself.
Yeah, whoever that guy is.
I guess that's like a different level of genius.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like me and you. I'm a genius, but you're next level, my
whoever
queen.
the hell that
Whoever
is.
that is.
But yeah, I realize I'm jumping around a lot. Shea sadly had a tragic accident with her notes.
I did. You're not jumping around a lot, by the way. You're doing great.
All right.
No, the problem with, and it's not really a problem, but this gorgeous notebook, they have perforated little thingies. So mine, it must have fallen off when I was writing my notes for the other movie that we did. So anyway, I'm going off the top of the dome.
Yeah.
But I will say, I'm so surprised I had never seen this because I feel like I've said this on the pod before, but my favorite genre of music is doo-wop and like music from the 50s and 60s. They even name one of my favorite groups of all time in this movie, Dion and the Belmonts.
Oh, wow. And what do they have, like a single off the top that you can think of?
Yeah, I actually mention it in, well, there's a bunch, but I mention one of their songs in my song Scorpio. I reference it. But they do like I Wonder Why or The Wanderer, or I think like the most popular song of theirs is Run Around Sue, which is what I quote in my song Scorpio, which is a doo-wop song from my first EP.
Bam, it's great. Check it out. Shea, season 1.
Actually, shout out to Carly, who's a longtime listener and fan.
Shout out Carly.
And now friend. She just told me last night that she added Scorpio to one of her playlists on Spotify called it's something like I'm a criminally early fan or some shit like that.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Which is really sweet. So shouts out to Carly too. But yeah. So anyways, I just love doo-wop. So I'm so surprised I'd not only never heard of this movie, but also I'd never seen it. Like, that's crazy to me. But all the music in it is so good.
Yeah, and it is like a pretty family-friendly movie overall. I think it's rated like PG.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, I can't imagine that it would even be questioned for PG.
Right. I don't think it was banned from your household.
No, my mom would have loved that fucking, and she loves Tom Hanks. So just like America.
My first note is this movie is like Shea kryptonite, because I was like, I guaranteed Shea is into everybody in this little band scene.
Oh my, you're so right. No, everyone is hot. Dude, that's the other thing is like, she knows I love like just this era of like fashion and like these sorts of greaser daddies. Hot.
Yeah, them in their little suits and sunglasses.
Stop it right now.
Perfect.
So fucking hot. One of my types.
Yeah, and Tom Hanks is I feel like often music managers are portrayed as the enemy in these movies, but he's really not.
No.
And I was struck by so they come out with their single and they're getting bigger and they have a local manager, but then he takes the drummer to introduce him to Tom Hanks, who's like big time music producer, and he's like very chill about it.
Oh yeah.
He's like, please sign with them. And Tom Hanks is like, yeah, sign with me. And guy's like, I don't know, I gotta talk to the band. And the old manager's just like, great.
Yeah.
And he even says like, I'm not big time, this guy is, which I feel like most managers would lie and say they are big time or try to get a little cut of that big single.
Oh yeah.
Not in this movie though. They're very nice.
No, I also really think the plot of the movie is really fast. Like everything happens really quickly.
Yes.
They're only practicing for like a very, very short amount of time. Then they have their first performance. Then they meet this manager. Then like it all happens really quickly. But it doesn't feel like rushed necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
It just everything kind of like develops very quickly.
Falls into place.
Yeah.
I said irrational anger, always so funny. Do you remember the announcer guy was like, shut up? I was like cracking up.
Dude, I love irrational anger.
That's why we like Adam Sandler, really.
Exactly.
We love it when he shouts and blows up. It's always so great.
There's nothing like the Adam Sandler shouty voice.
So you will listen to every damn word I have to say!
But yeah, when Charlize Theron, which is Guy's first girlfriend in the movie, she's like hella bitchy and doesn't care about the music, and you just know she ain't gonna be around for very long.
One of my notes that I do remember was in all caps, and it said, "Guy's girlfriend is a baby back fucking bitch." Like so much. And I've met people like that who are just like so with artists specifically. I don't understand. I've met a lot of artists who are with people that like don't appreciate art, and it's such a weird like combination of people because you like if you're with an artist, you need to be someone who likes art. Like, I just don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you and Brent, you guys love art. You both appreciate different types of art. That's why it makes sense that you're together.
Yeah, and he's being like so cute and funny, and she's just like, whatever. And then her subplot is she falls in love with her hot ass dentist, who is fine.
Which
he is fine. And she's like, I have to get a root canal filled all day tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, you do, girl.
Yeah, what are you getting filled, baby?
He's
like,
loud
all
and
day.
clear.
And she's like, all day.
Yeah, she says it all like,
I know. Oh, man.
Oh,
A good old dentist shouts
so,
out.
You know, he's clock touch. She's not going to be around for very long.
Mm-hmm.
The dad is very dismissive at first, too. Like, he does not want to hear it. He just wants Guy to work in the family store. And he does have a great line, though, where he's like, this is happening on Sunday. You shouldn't have to work on a Sunday to support your family. Like, preach.
I mean, period.
Living wages, adequate time off. This was a time when those things were appreciated.
Yeah. But not anymore.
Not anymore.
Stupid.
Womp, womp, womp.
Now they just underpay you, overwork you, and then give you a pizza party so that you don't form a union.
And then yell at you for not getting a better job.
Go fuck yourself.
Even though it's like you're paying me to do something, it seems kind of important.
Fuck capitalism. Bam, 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 bam. Anyways.
But the scene where they get on the radio and Liv Tyler comes in and she's like,
She's
it's on the
so
radio. And they're all dancing around. It's so cute.
That part is cute. I thought the dad was gonna go nuclear, and he didn't. I was waiting for the. Yeah, I was waiting for it. I was like, oh no!
Movie.
I'm like on edge. I'm like, but nothing happened. So
Yeah, it's just very, very cute.
It was really
That might have been my
sweet.
favorite scene. It was so adorable.
And the little headphones they were listening to, I was surprised. I didn't know they had little headphones like that in the 60s.
I don't know that they did. I'll call shenanigans.
Yeah, I was just
She had,
like
earbuds in.
Yeah,
or,
like with
little,
I was like, is that accurate? I don't know. It was very.
I really don't think so.
Hey, I don't know. I don't
no
think so, but who
shade.
knows?
No shade, Tom Hanks. Who really cares at the end of the day?
Yeah, truly.
Oh yeah, I wrote Phil is very chill about letting this guy take his act.
Yeah,
Phil
he's
was-
just like,
Phil
there
was
you
the old
go.
manager.
Oh,
And then they go on their tours and they're doing like at first they're doing state fairs and then they're doing bigger shows. But Lenny playing cards was cracking me up.
dude.
He like is meeting
the
with
two
some
guys.
fat cat executives
Yeah.
and he's like, do any of you have a 3? And they don't say anything and he goes, I guess Lenny is going fishing.
He's honestly iconic.
He's
I
really funny.
love his character. He's so funny and
He's
so
having
cute.
a great time the
He
entire
is.
time.
The whole time he's just like, wait, I want to talk to you. Like he's always talking to girls. He's always risen them up.
Risen them the F up.
I like him. He's funny.
Said, I do think the labels are bad. Advice is good, even though it came from a suspect source.
Mm-hmm.
The breakup scene where she breaks up with him is so good, and
So
also
cool.
the only scene I actually remembered
Oh, really?
from watching it in my youth.
It was so the way that she said it, the way that she did it, she like set a boundary, and then she walked out with her head held high. And then Jimmy was such a dick.
He's so rude. He's like, I should have broke up with you in Philly.
Yeah, in Pittsburgh.
Or
Fuck off.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, so rude. And
Such a
then
dick.
guy's like, why didn't you break up with her in Pittsburgh?
Yeah. And then Tom Hanks is like, or he was like, who said that we were engaged or whatever? And then he's like, the same guy that said you had class. And I was like, bam, bars.
Did I miss it? Do they say who told or okay?
I don't think so.
Okay. But yeah, Jimmy gets mad because on the TV they announce that they're getting engaged or they are engaged, which they are. So
Yeah, like who gives a fuck?
yeah, right.
Jimmy.
And he's like,
Idiot.
my career. It's like shit the hell up.
Asshole. And also that doesn't change your career, bro.
It really doesn't.
Fuck off. Yeah.
It truly doesn't.
People can still thirst over you
Exactly.
Who gives a shit?
And they will because you're fine as hell.
because you're a pouty 90s, but like really
Strong
hot
eyebrows.
ass. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like get over yourself.
Yeah. You little punk.
I also thought the scene where the dad is singing at home along to them being on TV was so cute because he doesn't really know the words.
Yeah.
But he's trying to be supportive and it's
was.
adorable.
Especially when you're seeing the beginning and he isn't supportive like at all. But then he becomes more
Then he's
supportive.
really supportive,
It's
which
very
is
sweet.
sad because we know of a lot of parental figures that are like that where they're not supportive until you reach some external marker of success. And then they're like, oh, I knew you'd do it all along. Or like,
Yeah, it's like-
oh, I've always been so proud of you. And it's like, really?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that, Johnny.
Let's check the receipts, shall we?
Yeah, exactly.
And then at the end, you know it's coming. You see it from a million miles away. With Tyler and Jimmy break up, and then a guy is telling her that he's going to move to LA, and she's all like, womp womp. But then he chases her, and then he says, when was the last time that you were properly kissed? And she's like, 1961.
Yeah.
And then he lays
New
the Mac
Year's.
on her.
Oh, he smacks it.
Mm-hmm.
He does I mean, it's hot. It's really hot. It's really sweet.
It's really cute.
Also, shout out to, I think his name, I wrote it down in my notes, but Lamar, is that his name?
The hotel guy?
Yeah.
I think so.
Dude, I love him.
Oh, yeah, he's great. And he also hooks up Guy with the cool jazz club.
Yes.
Because Guy knows the answer to some like trivia question about jazz. And he's like, all right, I'm taking you to the good place.
He's like, take him to the Blue Note or whatever it's
Yeah.
called. Dude, that was so cool.
And then that guy had fire advice. He was like, bands come and go. You just got to keep playing. You know, you just got to
like, watch
be
your
about
money.
the music. Watch
Yep.
your money. Beware of the labels. He also says it.
Mm-hmm.
It's good shit.
It's such good shit. And I love that Lamar was like, no, I'm going to send you to like a black jazz club. And that's where Tom Hanks's wife makes a little appearance.
Yeah, she's the caked up waitress.
She's I didn't realize how caked up she was until I was drooling and I was drowning in my
Awooga.
bedroom.
Boing.
Yo.
Yeah, and
Not
she's
that
like,
we objectify women or
no,
anything.
never. Or men. No one's
No one would
objectified.
who objects? Nobody. But yeah. No, it was a really cute ending.
It was
Very
very
cute movie.
cute, you know, and it did one of my favorite things that movies do, where they have a little montage and they explain where everybody went, which I always appreciate.
They do that in The Sandlot too, which is one of my favorite things.
Oh, I love it when they do that. And
too.
Jimmy goes on to be in successful bands. He is a record label executive.
In
Guy,
In LA.
in LA. Guy and Liv Tyler go on to open a jazz school.
They have multiple kids and then they move to Washington, I think.
Brainbridge Island, Washington, which I just heard that somebody I don't even really know, but is moving there, and I guess it's a really rich place now. I
Oh,
don't
it's
know
an
if it was
island
then.
outside of
Yeah, you
Seattle.
have to take a ferry to it.
Oh, I have a friend who lives there.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds pretty sick.
Pretty seek.
Lenny goes on to open a casino in Laughlin, Nevada.
I was
which
like,
is very
so
cute.
Lenny. It's so him.
Lenny. And then the bass player wins a Purple Heart because he had to join the Marines. Am I forgetting anyone?
I don't remember. That's all I saw.
That's basically all she wrote.
Yeah. But really cute movie and like super easy watch. Like for anyone who like, you know, it's hard to watch like new movies or it's hard to watch anything that has like a lot of drama in it or like a lot of violence or a lot of whatever. Like it's such an easy watch.
Goes down easy.
It really does, and the music is just super cute, and it's just really, it's a cute little piece of like cinematic candy, you know.
Brought to you by Tom motherfucking Hanks.
Yeah, like please
A
go
little
watch.
gift to you.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. And I have some trivia questions.
Trivia. Oh, I'm like,
And you're gonna nail it, obviously.
we'll see.
Number 1. What's the band's original name, and what did everyone mistakenly call them?
Okay, so it's funny because I was having a hard time with this, and Tom Hanks' music manager character comments on it like it's so confusing, and I was like, thank you, it is confusing.
It is.
Because I think they're called just the Onders, but the way they spell it, everyone thinks it's Oneaters, but that's not how they want you to say it.
Yeah, so it is the Wonders, but Jimmy was like, no, I know it's going to be the Wonders, but it's O-N-E-Ders, so it's the Wonders. And then Tom Hanks is like, yeah, let's just spell it like Wonders, like W-O-N-D-E-R-S. And yeah, everyone calls them like the Oneaters.
Yeah,
So.
and I was confused with that. They kept calling it. I was like, aren't they called the Wonders? And then when Tom Hanks says, it's confusing.
You're like, it is confusing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you little.
I was confused.
I was also confused. Okay, number 2. Who is Guy the biggest fan of?
Ooh, I forget his exact name.
Okay, but you know who he is.
He's the guy in the club. He gives them the advice.
His name is Dax Paxton.
Dax Paxton.
I think it's Dax.
Or something like that.
Yeah, it auto-corrected my answer, so now I'm like,
Could be
Dex,
anything.
is it Dex Paxton?
I thought it was like Bill or something.
I thought it was, it started
Bill
with a D.
Paxton?
Can you look it up?
Dell. It's Dell.
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 Okay.
Dell
Why
Paxton.
autocorrect? Loser. Okay, well, you get that one. So.
Yay. Thank you.
If you listen to our last episode, I'm Jesus, so what I say goes, okay?
When I'm God.
And you're God, so everything she says is right. Okay. What is the name of the record label that signs the Wonders?
Oh my gosh, starts with a P. It's not like Prism. It's like Pantone, or it's got.
You were so close with that.
I forget.
Playtone.
Playtone.
Yeah, so
Okay, Playtone. I was like, it's
And
not
also
Pantone.
so after this movie, that's what Tom Hanks named his production company.
Cute.
Because he was like, hey.
Because he loves the music industry.
Yep. What city did Jimmy say he should have broken up with Faye in?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, baby. And lastly, which you already answered before, what badass question does Guy ask Faye at the end?
Oh yeah, when was the last time you were really truly kissed?
Amazing. You nailed it 100%.
Whee!
Meow, meow,
Thanks,
meow.
autocorrect.
Happy holidays.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Now we gotta find a quiz.
Yeah. I don't know what quiz we should do. I assume.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm guessing we're gonna have a hard time finding which that thing you do character are you.
Maybe we could do like a doo-wop song or like something to do with like 50s or 60s. Let's see. This test kind of looks fun, but it's like being weird, but it's which 60s personality are you, which is kind of fun.
Ooh.
Let's see if it actually loads.
I'm not finding a doo-wop personality quiz.
What 60s subculture do you belong to?
Okay, let's do it.
I really hope it's not one of those ones we have to like.
Yeah, is it a reputable site?
No. It's uquiz.com.
Okay, can you tell how many questions?
There's 12.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
But let's hope that it's not
Let's
one of the
hope
ones
they
where you have
don't
to enter your
scam
email.
her.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. What do you dislike the most? Government or injustice, phonies, or
Wait, all
kooks?
in one?
Like all of them are each
okay.
government, war, injustice, phonies, or kooks.
I'm gonna go with war. It's what I don't
Period.
like, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
What,
yeah,
what do you
war.
dislike the most? Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Okay. Pick a quote. One. Who broke down crying in white gymnasiums naked and trembling before the machinery of others?
Wow. That's
Two.
intense.
I would like to be remembered as a person who wanted to be free. What is happening? 3. Only you and I can help the sun rise each coming morning. If we don't, it may drench itself out of sorrow. 4. For me, the challenge is just the beginning. Or 5, you can always pick up your needle and move to another groove.
The second one.
Okay. Perfect. This is incredible, by the way. Let me go. Okay. It's 1969. What are you doing? Attending Woodstock? Sitting on a Miles Davis recording session? Attending a protester march? Hanging out at Huntington Beach? Or looking for the Zodiac Killer?
Attending a protest or a march.
Cute. Pick an album based on cover art. There's so many. So.
Oh wow. That little purple doo-woppy thing to the left.
I think that's Jimi Hendrix.
Hell yeah.
Who are you at a party? I brought the guitar. Avoiding people or following my friend. Doing drugs. Arguing with someone probably. Comforting the crying girl in the bathroom. Party? What party? Or I planned it.
I planned it.
Yeah, she did. That's amazing. Okay. Pick some out of context slang.
Okay.
Chasing rhinos. Quail hunting. Jazzing. Soup.
Okay.
Cat. Mike.
Cat?
Yep.
Okay.
Mike, digger, or gig?
Soup. I don't know what it means, but I love soup.
She is the soup queen after all, okay? There we go. Next. I like to say, I like to stay close to home or on the run.
I like a good balance. I travel a lot, but I do like being at home.
Yeah.
I guess on the run.
Dang.
Because I wouldn't travel so much if I liked home, I guess.
Oh.
That much, you know what I mean?
Dang. Okay, pick one. Turn on, tune in, or drop out.
Ooh.
This is fun.
Tune in.
Tune in. I like that. Are you spiritual? Yes, no, or I am God.
I am.
She is. Oh my God.
Throwback to the last episode. If
Oh
you
my,
don't
you.
know.
We literally just talked about this. That's crazy. Okay. I would kill for you, die for you, or vibe with you.
I mean, I'd prefer to vibe. Like, that's an option.
Fun fact. Believe it or not, I like
Leave
to
the
vibe.
murder and dying out of it if possible.
Thoughts on vinyl records. They're overrated. Never listen to one or love them.
Love them.
And lastly, the establishment. Kill, huh? Or not my favorite.
Kill.
Dude, I just said that in the car, okay? I swear to God I did. You are a flower child.
Ooh.
Make love, not war. You are an individual with a deep sense of spirituality and have a lot of love to give. You like being close to nature and with your friends. Maybe in a cold world, you could want to have a little bit of fun.
I could.
Maybe you've tried psychedelics, maybe not. You're a
Who
pretty
knows?
chill and optimistic person and are definitely fun to be around.
Oh, that's so cute.
This is really
And I'm
cute.
glad it wasn't a scam. Yay.
Here we go. Oh, I'm excited for mine.
Okay. Do I have to put in the name? Okay. I will.
I put yours in.
Your phone is much lighter than mine, I feel like. Okay. What do you dislike the most? Government, war, injustice, phonies, kooks.
Injustice. Which I think falls under, like, war falls under that umbrella.
All right, pick a quote. Who broke down crying in white gymnasiums naked and trembling before the machinery of other skeletons?
I think the last one. What was the last
Okay.
one? Sorry.
You can always pick up your needle and move to another groove.
That one.
You're like, I can't listen to that.
I'm like, I read through these and I'm scarred.
It's 1969. What are you doing? Attending Woodstock, sitting in on a Miles Davis recording session, attending a protest or march, hanging out at Huntington Beach, or looking for the Zodiac Killer.
I mean, I'm gonna go with going to Woodstock.
Okay,
That
I was
would
gonna
be-
do that one or looking for the Zodiac.
Yeah,
Killer.
like either one. Either one would be cool. but
Woodstock, baby.
Yep.
Okay, which album would you like?
I'm gonna go with the blue. I think that is Miles Davis.
John Coltrane.
John Coltrane. Okay.
Okay, who are you at a party? I brought the guitar, avoiding people or following my friend, doing drugs, arguing with someone probably, comforting the crying girl in the bathroom, party, what party, or I planned it.
I usually find myself at some point doing a lot of these things at a party. But the first one that came to mind was Comforting the crying girl in the bathroom.
Cute. Okay. Pick some out-of-context slang. Chasing rhinos, quail hunting, jazzing.
I just know that that's smoking weed.
Yeah, jazz cigarettes. I like to stay close to home or on the run.
I'm on the run a lot.
On the run. Pick one. Turn on, tune in, drop out.
Turn on.
Turn me on, turn me on. Are you spiritual? Yes, no, or I am God.
Yes. I'm Jesus, not God.
I would kill for you, die for you, vibe with you.
I literally always tell Stacey, I would kill anyone for you. And she's like, that's not necessary.
Please don't.
So I'm going to go with that one.
Perfect. Thoughts on vinyl records? They're overrated, never listen to one, or love them?
Love them.
Love them. Last question. The establishment. Kill? Huh? Not my favorite.
Kill.
Kill.
Obviously.
Okay. You are also a flower child.
Yay!
So make love, not war. Thanks, you quiz.
Thanks,
You're
you
the
quiz.
best.
They actually did great, honestly. I'm sure.
Okay, they have a banner of like quizzes that people just made.
Yeah.
And one was, which pasta are you? Parentheses, serious.
Wait, now we kind of have to take that.
It already scrolled past though.
Oh, it's okay.
But
We can
I
look
just
it up
like how
another
that's
time.
like, this is not a silly quiz. Thank you, my queen. Very serious.
Well, that was great.
Another one in the book.
I genuinely love that movie. It was really easy. It was just easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Nice little comfort watch. I could see why Brent really likes to watch it. He
Me
likes
too.
a comforting movie. He doesn't like a high conflict movie.
Yeah, it seems very him, and also, yeah, the whole thing is about music, which is so him. He's so talented and so cool. So it all makes sense.
And I'm very excited for the next movie.
Me too.
If you want to watch it at home, it will be The Other Guys.
Yay! I've only watched it once, and it was during the pandemic.
I could watch it like every day.
It's like
It's so
my
good.
one of my brother's like favorite movies of all time. They've
It's
watched
so
it a bunch of times.
silly.
But I'm excited to watch it, and we just love you guys so much. Thanks again for being the best.
Thank you.
We love you, and we'll talk to you so soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Mwah.
See ya.
Peace.
Thank you for listening. Shout out to I Have No Mouth for our delightful theme song and Whitney Vertucci for our beautiful podcast art.
And all of this couldn't be possible without our amazing producer, Anthony, aka DJ Munchausen.
If you have questions for us or would like to advertise with us, please email us at blockbusterwives@gmail.com and please join our Patreon for exclusive bonus content.
As always, please rate, subscribe, and tell all your friends about us.
We love you.
Just one song, right?
That's right.
Wonderful. I gotta go.
That's it. Guy Patterson. That's it, the Wonders. And then you know how like the Beatles, they use an EA as the Beatles? Well, we can use an ONE like the Wonders.
You're talking gibberish.
No, look. The Wonders. Lenny.
Yeah, it looks like the Oneaters.
No, the Wonders.
Got it. Looks like the Oneaters.